G'day everyone, welcome back to Pete's Investing. It's June 24th, 2023. This is the high-grade copper price analysis. We've got a bearish signal on our weekly, a bullish signal on our daily, and a bearish signal on our hourly. So avoid taking long or short trades, although there are some divergence you can probably pursue if they appear. Now let me just go through some of these in detail. We've got the weekly showing a bearish signal, and that's showing the currently all the triple moving average of the price chart, the moving averages of the CCI 150 and the new oscillator down here, the multiple moving average oscillator are showing bearish signals, so it's showing us this bearish momentum. There's a bearish divergence playing out on the weekly as opposed to a bullish divergence on the weekly as well on a price chart. Now for this to work, we need to see the price break below this trend line. So if you extend that trend line, the price should break somewhere there. But we also need to see the CCI continue to fall. For this to fail, we need to see the CCI rise, but we also need to see the CCI rise higher than that as well. Now for this CCI to rise, just so you understand, it needs to rise higher than this previous high there. So if it breaks above that area there, then it's invalidated. This bearish scenario is invalidated. That is a bearish signal. If I expand that, you can see there it's a bearish signal on the CCI. So I'll keep an eye on that on the weekly. So what I'm basically trying to say there is we may see a move to the downside longer term on high-grade copper. On the daily, again, that's showing us a bullish signal on our indicators and our oscillator. And there's no divergence to talk about there, but there was one back here. There was a bullish divergence on the price chart, on the CCI, versus a bearish divergence on the price chart. And once it broke above that trend channel up there, that would have been your initial target area. And the way you set the target there is basically when it's in that scenario, you would have placed a Fibonacci expansion. It's not going to work. Let me just do that again. So go from that low there to that high and that pullback. So go down to that point there. So you would have gone for 100% expansion level. So that would have been your target from that little daily bullish divergence. Now there's no other divergence playing out on the daily, so there's not much more to talk about there, although there is a bullish momentum on our indicators. On the hourly, you can see there more closely. There's another bullish divergence there on the hourly. Again, that broke above the channel. You would have entered somewhere there, and that would have been your initial target area within that range. And that went up as far as the actually went higher. It went initially as high as the 61%, and then it broke up and broke above the 78% level. So that was a nice little trade. And then here we would have had another bearish divergence, and the way you would have played that, drawn a channel below those lows, it would have entered when the price broke below the channel. Let me just draw that channel to make it a bit obvious for you. So you would have drawn a channel like that. So in this case, as long as the CCI keeps falling, and it does, then the price breaks below the channel, which it did there. You can see there our target area was reached, and that would have been somewhere in that area there. So let me just redraw it. That would have been between the 60% and the 78%. And you can see there it hit the target area in the last few hours of trade. So sometimes when these work, so long as this CCI divergence stays below that high, which it does, you can see that point there, that was the highest it got. It still stayed below that point there. Had it gone higher than that point there, that would have invalidated that divergence. So in this case it worked out, and the price went high. The CCI stayed below that recent high, then it fell off, and it hit your target at that point there in the last few hours. So to understand how to trade this and other trading strategies, subscribe to my Patreon page, where we also look at weekly scans of stocks, currencies and commodities. Subscribe, like and share the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in a future video.